Hot Springs Village Inside Out is a closer look at the greatness of Hot Springs Village, Arkansas and the surrounding areas. People, places, experiences. Hot Springs Village is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Join me, Randy Cantrell, and my co-host Dennis Simpson as we engage in weekly conversations to explore Hot Springs Village Inside Out. Today's show is brought to you by Central Arkansas's favorite radio station, KVRE. Find them on the dial at 92.9 FM. Stream them live at kvre.com. RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village. The award-winning RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village is the largest real estate office inside the village with over 30 full-time agents and support staff. Visit them to learn more about this beautiful place to solve your real estate needs. Call them today at 1-800-364-9007. Find them online at explorehsv.com. They are RE/MAX of Hot Springs Village at 1-800-364-9007 or online at explorehsv.com. Ike Eisenhower State Farm. Ike and his award-winning team have been serving the insurance needs of folks all around Hot Springs Village since 1998. Ike has qualified for State Farm's President's Club, Chairman's Circle, and Hot Springs Village Insurance Agent of the Year. Call Ike Eisenhower State Farm today at 501-984-4100. That's 501-984-4100. Find them online at ikeeisenhower.net. Call them today for all your insurance needs because, like a good neighbor, Ike Eisenhower State Farm is there.
Here today with Mr. Phil Gustafson, which I'm learning how to say that Scandinavian name. I'm getting there, Phil.
You did well.
Close. Well, who are you with, Phil?
The Optimist Club of the village.
Great. And we're going to have a mini golf championship. What does that go for?
What does that go for? Actually, the $50 charge for a team of 4, all of that money goes to the Boys and Girls Club of the area, which is located on Highway 7 that most people are very aware of.
Well, but a lot of people aren't even aware that we have a mini golf course here in the village. Now, is it over by the picket ball?
How true that is that they're not aware of that. And they've recently refurbished it. And any folks that have been down there to see it realize exactly that, saying how nice it is. Why don't people know about it? And that's one of the things we're trying to do, is make people more aware of such a wonderful feature that we have. And in talking with the POA and Terry Wiley, that's the first thing that we said. Terry, we've got to make people aware of such a wonderful feature that we have.
It is. And actually, I had Terry on this show not long ago, and he actually talked about the concrete contractors that donated a lot of that work to redo the entire course. I haven't been there since it's been reworked. I've got to go about, it's going to be April the 6th.
April 6th. Interesting about that contractor. That's the father-in-law of Big Red owner over there, Dwayne
real estate company. Yeah.
Yes. And Dwayne and Big Red is one of our support people for the entire event.
I make note that, and I know the proceeds here go to the Boys and Girls Club, which I think is fantastic, the Cedar Mountain Boys and Girls Club. I think there's a lot of people in the village that talk about being civically minded and wanting to help the community. And there's other people like the contractor and like Big Red and like Clara Nicolosi and Ike and some other sponsors we have, and they actually get out their checkbook, which is a different kind of contribution,
wonderful folks. So ready. You mentioned Ike Eisenhower. Every time I walk in the door, he always says, here's Gustafson looking for something else. So with a smile, but he always says yes. And he supports a number of other Optimist events, such as the Discover Club and the picnics that we have for a program related to the schools. But the point is that people like Ike are so ready to support worthy programs, and he was very quick to support the winners with a trophy and medals for this particular program. And we hope that he will participate in the actual presentation too. He doesn't know that yet, but he will be asked to help with that too. And I'm sure he will.
I'll make sure he hasn't seen this before you talk to him, okay? Well, let's talk a little bit more about what's going on, because this combines two things I like, okay? A lot. Well, three things I like. I love the Boys and Girls, the Cedar Mountain Boys and Girls Club. That is a fantastic organization. Susan and the staff over there could not be nicer people, and they do, in my opinion, the Lord's work in many ways, if you know what I mean.
And you need to mention Jessica Hooper, who is the program director over there. She is a member of the Optimist Club also, and she is the one we're working with directly as far as this program. And she is a delight to work with, and working so very hard to make this event of ours successful.
Yeah. And it's a great mission. It's a great idea. But like I said, this combines things that I love. Let's see, golf and eating and the Boys and Girls Club. So me and food, Phil, we go way back. We're buddies. We're buddies. So at 9 a.m., what are we going to start
up
with?
So I can tell.
Hopefully it doesn't show that much, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But we're starting off at 9 o'clock. What are we going to start with?
Well, actually, the event starts at 10 as far as the actual participation of the round. And you have to realize, too, that it's a small area, so it has limitations on the participation. You have 18 holes, very nicely set out, but that really means you only have 18 teams. And if you multiply that times 4, it's a crowded area. So only 18 teams at a time. But since we have 2 events, there is that morning event that starts at 10, and the afternoon.
I'm sorry, in the afternoon. I'm sorry, Phil, you froze on us just a sec. You said the morning show. I'm looking more toward the food. Deborah's sweet roll starts at 9. That's my attention. Then am I reading that correctly? The Jessieville Pep Band shows up at 9:30. Is that right?
Well, there's been a change. They had a conflict, and the Jessieville Band will not participate, but we will replace them with a similar plan. Now, Mountain Pine doesn't know it yet, but I'm going over to Mountain Pine today and talk to their principal and see if they would replace the Jessieville Band. So cross your fingers that they'll do it. That's an interesting story, because I hope we have time for that, because I walk the golf course over at DeSoto regularly, and we need a shuttle service for this event, because there will be a lot of people there, and there will be some people, because of the parking, that will have to be shuttled from beyond the pickleball area over to the miniature golf place. So Jim Patton, who's working with the organization of the parking and the crowd control, and he said, Phil, you've got to have a shuttle service. And I said, how are we going to do that? We have to have a couple of golf carts that carry passengers, but you can't have more than 2. So I happened to run into, over at DeSoto, as I was walking the area, into this gentleman who had this fantastic golf cart with the seating on the back. And when you walk the golf course, you just talk to people, and you pat dogs, and you pick up golf balls and all. Anyway, I was talking to this gentleman about this fantastic golf cart, and it turns out he's the principal at Mountain Pine High School. Fantastic. And I said, how would you like to loan us your cart to shuttle people over at the mini golf event on April 6th? And he said, I will. I'll also be a driver. Wow. Would you believe? So I'm going to visit him right after our discussion here today. And give him more particulars on the event itself, and hopefully the Mountain Pine Band, which is rather famous. The Mountain Pine Band is absolutely an outstanding band, one of the better bands in the entire state of Arkansas. They're noted. Their band director he grew up in the Mountain Pine area, and notedly wins championships. Cross your fingers that he will. He will replace Jesseville because of their complications.
See, I'm crossing my fingers that Ike doesn't. I'm crossing my fingers that Ike doesn't see this first, and I'm crossing my fingers that Mountain Pine doesn't see this first.
Right.
We'll make sure and keep it on the QT till then.
Hey, but at the appropriate moment, pass it on at the appropriate moment.
Bill, let me ask you a quick question, if I can.
Yes, you certainly can.
Number one, it may be improper, but can I ask your age, Phil?
Ask me what?
Your age, how old you are?
No, I'm not going to tell you. How old are you? How old are you?
60, about 2.
Okay, you could be my son. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well, let me ask you another quick question.
Yes.
So we were talking before I hit the record button that
yes.
You were from the great frozen north.
That's correct.
And it's not just the fact that it's beautiful down here, is it, Phil? The people, when you talk about walking the golf course, you meet a nice person every day, no matter what, don't you? And
Pat, a wonderful dog. More dogs have sniffed my toes.
Well, let's get back to our topic here real quick. 9 a.m., Deborah Sweet rolls. 9:30, the band shows up. 10 o'clock, we really get starting, and it's flight 1. And you say we're going to have 18 teams, 18 teams of 4 people. And let me get this straight. It's $50 just to buy for all 4. So it's like $12 a head, right?
In effect, yeah.
Okay. And now Jessica is one of the program directors putting this together. I'm trying to see the number here. It's 501-984 6996. I see. Or we can contact you at HSV Optimist at Hotmail. And then
the key is really all the tickets have to be purchased at the Boys and Girls Club. Which is on Highway 7, of course. We felt that the one location was really necessary for control purposes. So Jessica up there at the Boys and Girls Club.
Now, and once again, we're doing the 5 Mile High view. I want people to know, if you go out the west gate, turn north, drive past Walgreens and past on up, it's right before you get to the home plate. It's on the right, right?
That is exactly correct.
And I'll tell you what, just me personally, if you're civically minded, you want to participate in this mini golf tournament, look, I could give you $12, Phil. That's not the deal. It's getting involved in the program. But I invite everybody listening and hearing this show, come to the Boys and Girls Club, see the work they do. They are changing lives. They are wonderful, wonderful people. And at 11 o'clock, we're going to have barbecue. Is that what I'm seeing?
That is correct. Another thing about a person like Joey, it didn't take 2 minutes for Joey to say, yes, I want to be involved. He is a wonderful guy, very quick to respond in a very positive way. Another civic-minded, positive person.
Great guy. And we joke about KVRE and Ike and Clara when we were starting the podcast, and we came to them and said, hey, listen, would you like to be? Yes. I'm like, well, let me finish the question. Joey's that same kind of guy. Joey, would you like to donate to the boys? Yes. So lunch at 11, then the band at 12:30, and then the second flight starts at 1 a.m. Is that what I'm seeing?
Correct. We're not certain about a couple of things. For example, we mentioned the awards ceremony. I'm not sure if we'll have one awards ceremony or 2. We have a big trophy, which is Ike Eisenhower's responsibility, and we have first, second, third place awards for each of the events. But should we have 2 ceremonies or 1? There are a lot of little details that we haven't perfected yet. And any program that's as big as this And potentially as important as this, there are a lot of little details, many of which we haven't perfected yet. And we ask even if there are ideas that some of you might have for us to consider. Let us know. Let us know. We want to make this a wonderful event.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts on something like this, and the first annual always has a lot of growing, right?
Well, one of the major parts, when you think about the space over there, we had excellent input from a person by the name of Jim Patton, and he is with us for crowd control. He's got 10 volunteer policemen coming to help us with that. And it involves, the 5 at each one of the events, so to speak. And you can imagine that space over there has great limitations. There are only 22 spaces directly above the miniature golf course. When you go down to the pickleball area, that has limitations. There's a swimming area. That is a small parking area. And I mentioned the shuttle need. And all of that has complications. A guy like Jim Patton is helping us work with that. And to have 10 volunteers that he is arranging, a great comment of importance. And we appreciate people like that are participating with our team to make this a wonderful event.
It sounds like it's going to be wonderful. I tell you what, I'm going to reach out to Mr. David Kirsch, buddy of mine from the computer club, and I'm going to see what team I can get on. I want to get on what do we call it?
We want you.
An optimist. I want to get on an optimistic team. Do you have any of those?
Well, you sound optimistic, and it's the way to be, Dennis. There's this
what
world
else is
needs
there to
optimists.
do, my friend? Why else? What other way would there be to be? Right? I mean, come on.
Hey, that's right. Opportunity and optimism. A fair pair of words and a fair style to be as a human being.
It is. It is. Again, Phil, it is a pleasure having you with us. We will see you next time, okay?
Thank you, Dennis. Good
Thanks,
to talk
buddy.
with you.
You too.
Thanks for watching and listening to Hot Springs Village Inside Out, a weekly podcast starring Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. Visit the website at hotspringsvillageinsideout.com.